The Friday Football Frenzy, sponsored by Foundation Solutions.
Welcome into Week 3 of Friday Football Frenzy. September starts with some big cross-conference matchups, including our Game of the Week.
A week after the Apple Festival, Henderson County the place to be tonight. Both North Henderson and Hendersonville undefeated through 2 games. The Bearcats could sew up the county championship if they can get a win on the road at Glenn C. Marlowe Stadium. So we'll start out in the first quarter. Bearcats up 7-0, and North's Parker Willis answers with a run up the middle to tie the game at 7s all around.
He had like 162 yards rushing tonight, by the way. Great game for him.
Bearcats try to get an answer, but Josh Justice gets the pick. There we go. We take it the other way. Knights add on as Aiden Berry finds Dylan Klinek for the score to put the Knights up on top 13-7 on that kickoff. Amir Albany takes this one all the way back for 6. Once we get going, we're getting those yards to make it a 1-point game after a Knights lead. They missed the PAT.
He's still running. That's a long run.
Still running.
He's fast, but he's not that fast.
It takes a minute to go 100 the other way. Jump to the second half. Game tied at 20s. Parker Willis gets the call and gives the Knights a touchdown lead. Off to the fourth. North leads 27-26. Aiden Berry gets loose and is hit hard, and the ball's out, and it's recovered by Hendersonville. Bearcats' Jerron Ward takes advantage of that and finds an open Gianni Thompson for the tutter to make it 32-27, and that is our final tonight.
We got fighters. We knew that adversity was going to be at some point. We needed a game like this. We've been blowing people out, scrimmages. The first 2 games, we needed a close game, and we fought, and we won.
Let's get it. Erwin at home, hosting Brevard. The home Warriors trying to avoid going 0-3 for the first time since 2019. Scoreless game. Q1, Brevard's opening possession. They get on the board first. Christian Connley rolls right. Sophomore Braden Crane all alone in the painted area. They go for 2, 8-0. That was the first into the second. Warriors need something. They get something with the move. Caden Engel starts stretching, gets those yards after contact, leading to Devon Williams surviving the face mask, which is the laundry on the field, which you saw quickly. They get the score, 8-7, road team. Erwin got hot in the second. Not too much later on the other end of the rainbow, Engel finds Noah Hoodham, and Erwin trying to get that first win of the season. Can they do it? It's 14-8 at recess. That's a celebration. It's going all around the country, Chris. I don't know.
No, I have no idea.
All right, all good. Brevard showed up in the second half. Upset they were. They put up 29 unanswered the rest of the way. Nyrell Skinner had a big day. Brevard 3-0, 37-14.
Not recess, but the newest batch of Enka Hall of Fame inductees taking the field before the Jets hosting Pisgah. Bears driving down the field. The handoff goes to Landon Pope. He powers his way across the goal line. Enka going to figure out something to answer with that, and the answer would be Logan Trantham. He drops back, rolls to his left, and threads a needle to Jake Geralamatos, and he weaves through the Pisgah defense on his way to the end zone. 7-6, Bears still lead. Another Pisgah run by Landon Pope, one of the most underrated running backs in Western North Carolina. That would make it 14-6 Bears. Wash, rinse, repeat all night long. Bears dominate 41-19. Another Haywood County team, Tuscola, welcoming in South Caldwell to C.E. Weatherby. Third quarter, 21-0 Tuscola. Handoff goes to Sam Trantham, and he is off for a big run, shaking defenders, cutting it back inside. Eventually, he will be brought down, but not before he's deep in enemy territory. And just 3 plays later, Jet Bartley calls his own number. Another Tuscola touchdown, 28-0. Now, South Caldwell going to try to make something happen. They give it to J.P. Smith. He powers his way into the end zone to make it 28-6, but Tuscola has an answer for that.
Okay.
Sam Trantham, you may remember that name. He's going to fake out several more defenders and just waltz his way into the promised land. Mountaineers splatter the Spartans 42-6.
Trantham's a fantastic football name, too.
Some other scores from around Western North Carolina teams on the road. Owen with a big win over Patton, 22-7. No such luck for Polk County as they fall to Blue Ridge, 35-19. And Mountain Heritage
got something to say. They got something to say.
They do. 50-19 over Robbinsville. All right, Avery County visiting Asheville Christian. The Lions playing home games at Memorial Stadium above McCormick Field this year because Pauline ruined their field. First quarter, the Lions on the prowl. Grant Warwick gets through for the third down sack, but the Vikings convert a fake punt, and then 2 plays later, Luke Wallace connects with Oak Markland for a 26-yard score. Still 7-0 early in the second quarter. Avery back at the ACA doorstep. The give goes to Jackson Boone. He maneuvers off left tackle for the walk-in score. Avery heading back to Newland, 44-8 winners.
And some more scores from around the area. Cherokee does not take it at Choctaw Central. East Henderson does not take it at Rosman, but the Tigers do damage at home. And Swain County there in Franklin on the road, taking it 45-27.
Smoky Mountain wrapping up non-conference play with a trip to Forest View. The Mustangs coming back to Silva, 22-19 winners. And you don't see this very often. A tie between Ambassador Christian.
33 is my magic number, so I dig it.
Hey, it's late. They got to get back so that they can watch Saturday Sports Night tomorrow.
Hey.
Well, stick around. We've got more action after the break, as well as the return of our Friday football feature, a local journalist who peddles stories while peddling to share. I couldn't hear him. What school?
Erwin Warriors. I have my nap mic up very high, so I'll adjust next time. But thank you, ladies. Well, all of these games play out across the state. Hundreds of dedicated journalists are there to capture it, bringing you the sights and sound.
For the past few years, Rutherford County has been covered by Jacob Connley, who not only tells great stories, but has one himself.
We're all the authors of our own story, equipped with the tools to unlock dreams. But a few decide to make their story.
The process is just watching and getting out of the way and let the kids on the field tell the story. And 3, what was 3? Wide receiver.
About documenting the accomplishments of others.
I live in Rutherford County, have my whole life, so I know these teachers, I know the kids, and it's just a way for me to be part of the community. Elmer Littlejohn.
Jacob Connley is a freelance sports writer covering all schools in Rutherford County.
A cheerleader at one of the local schools come by and pushed on my table. And I'm like, what are you doing? She said, it says press, I wanted to see what happened.
Turning a lifelong passion for sports.
I think there were 40-something games during my 4 years at Chase. I don't think I ever missed a single football game.
Into a career. Even though many would try to convince him sports wouldn't be in the pages of his story.
And that just makes me more determined to do it. If you want to make me mad, more determined to do something, tell me I can't do it, and I'm like, I'll show you.
Born with cerebral palsy, Connley refused to let that situation keep him out of the sports world, both on the sidelines and actually in the game.
I try to get 100 miles a weekend.
Connley is an avid hand cyclist, a vehicle to fulfill the desire for competition and activity.
This kind of scratches that itch.
It's not necessarily a platform, simply a love.
I don't do this to be an inspiration to people. I mean, I just do it because I enjoy riding, but it's a nice byproduct, and if I'm an inspiration to somebody, that's just an added bonus and blessing.
But as he does in his professional life, Connley uses hand cycling to benefit others, making an annual 180-mile ride he calls Cycle to Sea from Monroe, North Carolina to North Myrtle Beach in the Palmetto State. All of it to raise funds and awareness for the Adaptive Sports and Adventures program at Atrium Health Carolina's rehabilitation.
It's given so much back to me. People have given so much back to me throughout my life. This is just a small way to give back to other people, and it makes you feel good, not only completing a ride, but to be able to help somebody in the process. It's a win-win.
In a game, there has to be a winner and a loser.
Nothing better in that situation than what Jim Valvano said in his SB speech. Never, ever, ever give up.
But in life, the outcome is completely up to you to write.
Whenever I see other people, I want to encourage other people just to not give up and just keep following their dreams and passion.
Well, back to the action. AC Reynolds has J.M. Robinson from Concord at R.L. Dalton Stadium. First quarter, the Rockets down 14-0, but Colton Reimer puts up a fourth down jump ball at the pylon. Caden Ray OBJ's it for the touchdown. Sorry, I didn't shoot it better. The Bulldogs would answer those, so Rockets still down 14 in the second. Reimer finds Levi Anderson down the middle. He's going to be stopped at the 2. The Rockets get backed up a bit with a couple penalties, but I'm convinced it was just so Reimer could pad the rushing stats.
Hey.
Touchdown run is going to cut it back to 7, 21-14. But right before halftime, Robinson trying to put this one to bed. L.J. Watson takes the handoff at the 9-yard line, barrels through all the green and gold to make it 36-14. The Rockets tumble 49-21.
Friday night rivals North Buncombe, Madison. Our keys to the game there to get us going, we see it. So it's zeros when Lucas Keever stays on his feet.
Wow.
Gets out in space and launch ball to his guy, Ryan Moffat, who also does a nice job staying in bounds to get our first score of the game on the board. It's 7-0 North Buncombe. Madison drives. They'll tie it back up, punching it in there to make it sevens midway through 2. It'll be 7-7 at halftime. Something sparked in the Blackhawks locker room. North Buncombe had a fumble return for a touchdown. Then Kingston Denson went off. 4 scores on the day. All he does is run long ones. North Buncombe pulls way away after sevens all around at halftime, 42-19.
You know, you got Kingston, you got Curtis in the backfield. Lucas Keever leading them, much older than a sophomore. And I'm just very proud of all these guys. And our offensive line, how about our offensive line?
How about that offensive?
And we head out to TC Robertson. Rams hosting the Red Raiders of South Point. First quarter, Rams get a first down from Mukai Simpson, but you cannot convert that into points. South Point takes over on their first possession, and it's Patrick Blee who takes it himself to make it 7-0 South Point. On the Red Raiders' next possession, they get it to the goal line and punch it in with Kayvon Pless to make it 14-0. Less than 3 minutes left in the first. Pless is at it again to make it a 3-score game. TC drops this one 34-6.
All right, wrapping it up with some other scores. Asheville falls big time on the road at Crest, 56-12, your final there. Chase, a winner over Blacksburg. First win for Jim Sosby as the Trojans head coach, 28-20, your final there. Christ School, how about that one? 49-12 over Cardinal Newman out of South Carolina.
All right, and we're rolling on with Murphy taking it at home over East Surrey, dominant fashion, that is. Hayesville on the road, once again, dominant fashion, that is Mitchell. We've got 3 in a row with dominant fashion, that is Mitchell over Andrews, 38-7.
Yeah, you don't mess with the Western North Carolina 1A teams or else you're going to get your feelings hurt. So that puts a bow on week 3 for us. A lot of good games, a lot of teams starting to show us that they are for real. Other ones showing us they got a little work to do to get back to that traditional form. But we hope you'll continue to join us every Friday night as we take that journey with our teams. He's Marvin Parker Jr. I'm Chris Womack. This was week 3 of Friday.